Today we'll be talking about Shieldon, the first Rock Steel Pokemon. It's also the first dual-type Rock Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. Its previous PYC dates are April 11th, 1997, January 31st, 2000, November 21st, 2002, September 11th, 2005, July 2nd, 2008, April 23rd, 2011, February 11th, 2014, hey, that's my birthday! December 2nd, 2016, September 23rd, 2019, and July 14th, 2022. I most know Shieldon from its large, shield-like head. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Shieldon, the shield Pokemon, whose number is 0410. This is what it looks like. Its type is Rock Steel. Since this is our first Rock Steel type Pokemon, I'll point out the Rock inside and the Steel outside. Abilities, Sturdy. Soundproof is its inability. Gender ratio is 87.5% male and 12.5% female. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding is a group monster. Hatch time 30 cycles. Height is 1 foot 8 or 0.5 meters. Weight is 125.7 pounds or 57 kilograms. Base experience yield is 99 Gen 4 and 75 plus. Leveling rate is erratic. EV yield is 1. In defense, shape is that, footprint is that, Pokedex color is gray, and base friendship is 70. Shieldon is a dual-type rock/steel fossil Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. It is revived from the Armor fossil and evolves into Bastiodon starting at level 30. Biology. Shieldon is a small yellow ceratopsian-like reptilian Pokemon. It has white toes and a white bump on its back. Shieldon has a dark gray elliptical face with a prominent white brow and a white rim on its black snout. Its facial hide is extremely hard. However, it is vulnerable when attacked from behind. 100 million years ago, Shieldon lived in dense forests and primeval jungles. It has a habit of polishing its face against tree trunks. It is speculated that few enemies would have considered challenging its armored face. It eats grass, tree roots, and berries. Its fossils show no signs of damage to its face. Shieldon is described as having a mild-mannered nature and dislikes conflict. Shieldon was revived from an armor fossil. In modern times, it can be found living in the canyon biome located in the terrarium. Evolution, Shieldon evolves into Bastiodon, so Shieldon, Bastiodon. Game data, Pokedex entries. In Gen 4, Diamond. A Pokemon that lived in jungles around 100 million years ago. Its facial hide is extremely hard. Pearl. It habitually polishes its face by rubbing it against tree trunks. It is weak to attacks from behind. Platinum. It is outstandingly armored. As a result, it can eat grass and berries without having to fight. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It was generated from a fossil dug out of a layer of clay that was older than anyone knows. It has a sturdy face. Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Platinum's entry. In Gen 6, X is Pearl's entry. Y is Heart Gold and Soul Silver's entry. Omega Ruby is Pearl and X's entry. Alpha Sapphire is Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Y's entry. In Gen 7 Sun, many fossils of this Pokemon have been found, but almost none have shown signs of damage to the face. Moon. This Pokemon lived in primeval jungles. Few enemies would have been willing to square off against its heavily armored face, so it's thought. Ultra Sun. A mild-mannered, herbivorous Pokemon. It used its face to dig up tree roots to eat. The skin on its face was plenty tough. Ultra Moon. Although its fossils can be found in layers of primeval rock, nothing but its face has ever been discovered. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, other Diamond and Pearl counterparts. Legends Arceus. Much remains unknown about this Pokemon, as few have ever seen it. However, we know that it is calm and dislikes conflict, and enjoys polishing its face against trees and rocks. In Gen 9, Scarlet. It is outstandingly armored. As a result, it has no particular need to battle with others and can spend its time feeding on grass and berries. Violet. This Pokemon lived in primeval jungles. It's thought that Shieldon had few enemies thanks to its sturdy face. Shieldon in the Alola Pokedex. Interesting. Shieldon in the Blueberry Pokedex. There's 3 of them. Fun. A lot smaller than that, baby. Game locations. Side game locations and events. Held items. Black 2 and White 2. It has the Old Gato as an in-game trade 100% of the time. Legends Arceus. Normal has the Black Tumblestone 35% of the time. Ball of Mud 15% of the time, and Grit items by level. Alpha, EXP Candy S 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 10% of the time. Grit items by level. I still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 30, attack 42, defense 118, special attack 42, special defense 88, speed 30 for a total of 350. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damaged normally by Ghost, Steel, Fire, Grass, Electric, and Dark. Weak to Fighting, and Ground for 4, and Water for double. Immune to Poison, resistant to Normal and Flying for a 4th, and Rock, Bug, Psychic, Ice,
dragon, and fairy all for half. Notes: if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of poison-type moves is half, so it'll go from 0 to half. Prior to Gen 6, the effectiveness of dark-type and ghost-type moves were half. So they both went from half to 1. Learn set by leveling up: 1. Tackle and Protect, 6 Taunt, 10 Metal Sound, 15 Takedown, 19 Iron Defense, 24 Swagger, 28 Ancient Power, 33 Endure, 37 Metal Burst, 42 Iron Head, and 46 Heavy Slam. By TM, TM001 Takedown, 5 Mud Slap, 6 Scary Face, 7 Protect, 20 Trailblaze, 25 Facade, 28 Bulldoze, 36 Rock Tomb, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 51 Sandstorm, 55 Dig, 66 Body Slam, 70 Sleep Talk, 76 Rock Blast, 84 Stomping Tantrum, 85 Rest, 86 Rock Slide, 87 Taunt, 93 Flash Cannon, 99 Iron Head, 101 Power Gem, 103 Substitute, 104 Iron Defense, 116 Stealth Rock, 121 Heavy Slam, 125 Flamethrower, 126 Thunderbolt, 133 Earth Power, 135 Ice Beam, 141 Fire Blast, 143 Blizzard, 149 Earthquake, 150 Stone Edge, 166 Thunder, 170 Steel Beam, 171 Terror Blast, 172 Roar, 176 Sand Tomb, 179 Smackdown, 204 Double Edge, 215 Scorching Sands, 223 Metal Sound, 224 Curse, and 225 Hard Press. By breeding, this group gives it Counter, the Mirror Herb gives it Fissure, this group gives it Focus Energy, the Mirror Herb gives it Guard Split, this group gives it Headbutt, and this group gives it Screech. Side game data, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Olmia in the browser entry. It rams with its rock hard head. It also makes stones drop to attack. Guardian Signs. It attacks by making iron balls fall. Evolution data, Shieldon, level 30 Bastiodon. Sprites here, so a lot darker head, I guess. But a lot of it's the same. Eyes are slightly different. They're not as round, I don't think. Interesting. That's the back three. Shiny is blue and green. Interesting. Platinum's probably changes it a little bit, but not much. I guess the tail is a little bit bigger. And maybe a little bit thinner. Interesting. If the eyes get fixed yet. And Gen 5 kind of goes, I don't know, kind of, the tail is almost between Diamond and Pearl and Platinums. That's interesting. Yes. Gen 6, we get the models and the modern colors. Interesting. Pretty good adaptation, I'd say. And we add the eyes now are more flush with this sort of eyebrow thing, rather than kind of see it coming off there. Yeah. In Gen 7, not really much changes. In Gen 8, you get these models in this game. Homes, you got these models. Other sprites, Rampy in Pokemon Super Contests. So I'm assuming this is an NPC in Pokemon Super Contests. In animation, Shieldon in Pokemon the series, Diamond and Pearl. Got all these. Shieldon Egg Right in Pokemon Journeys the series. Interesting. Pokedex entries in Diamond and Pearl, episode 45, and Ash's Pokedex. Shieldon, the shield Pokemon. The skin on its face is very hard, and it has a habit of polishing it by rubbing it against trees. The manga, Shieldon in Pokemon Adventures. Got all this, and the TCG. Trivia. I read this point in the Cranidos video, Origin. Shieldon is based on a ceratopsin dinosaur and a shield. Its lack of horns makes it particularly similar to Protoceratops. Name origin, Shieldon, may be a combination of shield and don, common suffix in dinosaur names derived from the ancient Greek word for tooth. Tatatops may be a combination of tate, shield, and ceratops, or ops, common suffix in dinosaur names derived from the ancient Greek word for face. Now the languages, related articles, fossils, and the fossil Pokemon. External links, let's move on.
Now let's watch Shieldon's first scene in the anime.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 511, Ill Will Hunting. We're towards the beginning of the episode. We really don't have any context of what's going on. Yes. There's the Shieldon. There's two of them. And that is Shieldon's first scene in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's see why other people love Shieldon. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so I'm started. We're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Shieldon. So this is Tyrantrum by MCG Mark. So this fun Tyrantrum fan art that's supposed to be a parody of Jurassic Park. It's the T-Rex here, that's great. And we've got a Cranidos and a Shieldon here. The Pokemon, that's very, very fun. So if you were paying attention to the opening here, you'll notice there's a bunch of these pages that we'll be doing. And we'll be doing them all. They're just going to be a little out of order, so we're not going to really know the context. Maybe it'll fill us in as we go here, but we'll start with PMG Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 11 by Mitoid. So, we've got this Noibat here. I don't know if it's like a shiny Noibat. That'd be my guess, because I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be primarily purple. So it says, I'm actually flying. Oh dear, I can barely look down. I guess they couldn't fly before, I don't know. Good. Flap your wings, flap toward your target, and put some energy into it. I don't know who's talking. And it seems to be fighting a Metapod here. So Gust, it missed. Then it used a String Shot, but then the Shieldon with, looks like there's maybe some spots on its head, and a cracked shield head is coming in to protect. Jump, protect. Almost try again, Mitt. I guess this one's name is Mitt. Okay. Then we've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 9 by Mitoid. So this is a couple pages earlier, so then I guess it wakes up from something that's being my guess. Mitt, you okay? I guess it got knocked out by something or someone. Oof, yeah, where's the Caterpie? I guess it got knocked out by Caterpie. I took care of it while you were knocked out. Oh, I see, thanks. I also healed you. Being KO'd by Caterpie, even as a beginner, that's quite the achievement. Sigh. Hey, cheer up, Mitt. You'll do better next time, I'm sure. I suppose. Is it a female? I don't know. I don't know if it's like the long eyelashes are meant to indicate a female, maybe? We'll see. Got a bag. Then we've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 3, so 6 pages earlier. Mitt, you okay? You don't have another headache, do you? Oh, I'm fine, don't worry. About my experience in battling, kinda be more convincing. Okay, I guess that's, I don't know. Maybe it's like internal dialogue? Cool, what moves do you use? Tackle and Gust, say it. Sigh, Tackle and Gust. Oh, Gust is good. That's gonna be helpful. Wait, Gust? Do I need to fly to use that move? Can't I stay grounded? I know you're afraid of heights, but it won't be that high. I can't even stand up on a chair. Oh, it's that bad. I mean, it's some sort of ethereal voice, I don't know. Then we've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 5 by Mitoid. So a couple pages later. Nah, don't be. This dungeon is an easy one. And like I said before, we can escape at any time using our badge, if worst comes to worst. It really is reassuring. Okay, I'm ready. Me too, let's roll. About to enter this dungeon. Okay. Then we got page 2. Hey, Mitt. You said you came to our world not long ago, but since you know about your ability and type effectiveness, means you already have some experience in battling, right? Well, actually, I don't deny. But I've never... You told her your ability is an infiltrator, so she's a female, okay. You need to keep your lies consistent. You would only know that if you actually tested it in battle before. I hate lying. Oh gosh. I didn't sign up for this by Dish Disheart. So I guess fan art of that other person's art here. That's interesting. With Mitt and the Shieldon and a Mewtwo here. That's interesting. Then we've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 10 by Mitoid. There's another hostile Pokemon, a Metapod. Can you try using Gust this time? That would be super effective, and I'll protect you from the front. Oh dear. Yes, do it. This move is too useful to be ignored. You should practice it now while the stakes are low. Okay, I'll give it a shot. So how do I do this? You need to fly first. There's really no avoiding that, huh? Alright, here I go. That's the spirit. I've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 4 by Mitoid. Here we are, Tiny Mountain. Doesn't seem so tiny to me. And compared to others, it kinda is. So we're looking for a love letter, right? Yep. We'll just have to keep searching until we find it, and beat up some hostile Pokemon along the way. Oh, I didn't mention it before, did I? Mystery dungeons have hostile Pokemon wandering in them. That's why I asked you about your battling skills earlier. I actually did expect that, but still, hearing you confirm it makes me feel a bit nervous all of a sudden. Oh my god. PMD on the Slots, Chapter 3, page 13, so a little later. I guess they're battling this, I guess. After several attempts. There you go, nice job, Mitt. Phew, finally. See, I knew you'd do better this time. Thanks, Tamina. I guess her name is Tamina, okay. That was very close. He has such bad aiming. I also suck at battling. At least I don't keep missing my moves. Hearing her criticize me like that, it doesn't feel great. Don't let her thoughts affect you. You just need to train a bit more. Then we got Chibi Shieldon by Xart Simix. So this nice, cute, Chibi Shieldon here. Very nice. Very well done, like the background. Then we got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 14 by Mitoid. One floor later. I hope we didn't miss the thing. Hey, Tamina, look over there. Isn't that the love letter? It is, yes, we found it. I knew that'd be easy. But it's on the other side. It sure is. Is there another path we can take? Dang, if only we had a flying type on our team. Oh, but wait. We just so happen to have exactly that. We've got Small Dream by Solanchu. So we did this in the Cranidos video, but we can do it again. So got Cranidos, a Shieldon flying on the back of an Aerodactyl here. Very well done. Then we've got Expedition Extinct by Dino Squad 3, so Day 24 Expedition got started off instead of Extinct. Very interesting. Then we've got PMD Endless Thoughts Chapter 2, page 27 by Mitoid, so a little earlier in the comic here. Holly, you're the best partner I could have asked for. After he helps me get the stone, I'll get rid of him. What? Hee we sure are the perfect pair, aren't we? Together we'll be unstoppable. Can't blame Zach. Clefairy will be a much better partner than me. She's way out of my league. Tamina? Pat? Me and Tamina will also make a great team. We'll rank up in no time. Just wait and see. Right? Then we've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 6. So they're in the dungeon here. Okay. This dungeon is quite small. Although the layout does change every time like I told you. Still, we shouldn't have much problem finding that love letter. Hey, Tamina, about the hostile Pokémon. Can't we just avoid fighting, maybe by talking to them? No, we can't. Pokémon from dungeons lack intelligence. They attack anything on sight. Of course we have the option to flee, but that's kinda lame. Lame? I think that would be smart. I've got PMD Endless Thoughts Chapter 3, page 12 by Matoids. Gust, mist, gust, mist. Stop closing your eyes. That's why you always miss. Looking down is scary. Hey, don't aim at me. Gah, sorry. I've got PMD Endless Thoughts Chapter 2, page 21 by Matoid. Why do I have such big ears? Can I help? Thanks. But it should be good. Oof, finally. Do you still hear me, voice? Yes. Good to know. I guess the voice is in the band? If I were to guess? I don't know. My ability is still working, but I feel like I have better control over it. I can more easily focus on one guy while ignoring the others. I love cheating, hee hee. This psychic headband strengthens your mind, which is great for you. Oh. So we've got a few other Pokemon here. You got the Silcobra, that was I'm thinking. Halucha, Elekid, Munchlax, Heracross, Oshawott, and Axew. So, no more headaches? No more headaches. Glad to hear it. The mission board is over there. Wanna go take a look? Sure. Then we've got CC Parnell by BB Chan. So this fusion between a Shieldon and a Sprigatito. So name and ID Parnell 78972, male, mixed, I guess, among all these categories. But yeah, you got the front and the back, and its height, nearly 2 feet. Okay, interesting. And I've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 15 by Mitoid. I guess about to retrieve the letter, about to fly, or, yeah. Reality, just stand right down, but in its perspective, it's all the way down there. Yeah. Big fall. God, we're so high. Mitt, is there a problem? Well, I'm very scared of heights. And I've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, page 7 by Mitoid. They're fighting the Caterpie, I guess. Speaking of, look over there, a Caterpie. That's the easiest target. Maybe we should take another path. Oh, come on, Mitt. I want to see your battling skills in action. Show me. Okay, but you better lower your expectations. String shot. Whoa! Don't worry, I got you covered. Now it's your turn, Mitt. Protect. Alright, I think I can do this. You said it's an easy target, right? I'll try to use Tackle. And we've got Shieldon Rush Sheet by Sketchy Boy, so we did this one in the Cranidos video, but we can do it again. We'll do all 4 instead of just the first 3 like we did in the Cranidos video. So we've got Shieldon, very smart, is often used as someone's own personal shield. He's not cool with it. Adopted, very supportive, cute, refuses to admit it. Slightly judgmental, got the scrapes. Wears bandana, just to be unique. Moveset, Ancient Power, Iron Defense, Protect, Iron Head. The only thing that keeps me from creation is my lack of hands. Loves Miraculous Ladybug, but doesn't want anyone to know. We all know, but just play along. So Miraculous Ladybug is a show that's typically considered to be for girls, and so it's, be embarrassing for a boy to be watching it or whatever. Stereotypically, anyway. My bro is smarter than an Alakazam. I wouldn't go as far as an Alakazam. I'd say I'm smarter than a Beham. All the different angles and stuff. Yeah. Second page here, we got, I'm more than just a shield. Cute, I'm not cute. I'm not even close to cute. How the hell do those ponies do that? Talk about how they hold and interact with objects. Then we got this thing again. My bro's smarter than an Alakazam. I wouldn't go as far as an Alakazam. I'd say I'm smarter than a BM. Then we've got the dumb one and the smart one, and then just the image itself. Okay, yeah, very well done. And we've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 3, Page 1 by Matoid. Chapter 3, Facing Fear. I guess this is the cover of it. They're eating a bunch of berries. It's a little spicy, I guess. Interesting. Then we've got PMD Endless Thoughts, Chapter 2, Page 23 by Matoid. Dungeons, or should I say mystery dungeons, are mazes that can be found in forests, caves, canyons, or whatever. The mystery part comes from the fact that the layout of those mazes keeps changing. Weird, huh? A maze whose layout keeps changing? Wow, that wasn't what I had in mind at all. Now I see why someone would be stuck inside. So, wanna try that rescue mission? Don't worry, we aren't risking anything since we have our badge. It can teleport us outside of a dungeon in case of emergency. It can do that, really? That's incredibly convenient. I know, right? I guess I don't mind trying that mission. Then it's settled. We also have a Pancham, Axu, and the Ashrabat from earlier, and a Pelipper. And that seems to be the end of the page of results, so we'll move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Bastiodon. As always, this is my proper outfit, you'll see me tomorrow.